Alright, this is my first ever Ballistics gelatin gel test.
And first ever intro.
I'm going to show you in a second that it's calibrated. I'm going to try to set the chrono up there, and I'll go over that. Some of you are probably already familiar with how you calibrate it with a BB gun. But anyways, what I'm shooting is all of these segmented rounds. They're all supposed to break into 3 pieces like this. This was a preliminary test when I first made this, and we just had chunks of it I shot. And this was actually the slowest one. It goes from, I got all 4. I got the quiet segmented. It's only 710 feet a second, but they still work. Subsonic, 1050 feet a second. They recently started making mini mags in the segmented hollow point. That's about 1200 some feet a second. And then this used to be called quick shock, but now it's just called segmented hollow point. These are a year or 2 old, so they might have changed the name again since. But this is basically a stinger, but with a segmented bullet. What's interesting is these 3 are all 40 grain. But this, like a stinger, is 32 grain, which is how it achieves that high velocity. But it's supposed to split into 3 also. But I want to test all 4 today because I want to see if the higher velocity will help them penetrate much more, because the slower one does not penetrate very much. Naturally, you're not going to have very much penetration anyways because it breaks into 3 tiny fragments. So you lose a lot of energy real fast. It makes for an awesome wound channel. But penetration is not good. You know, they're for small game. I'm not sure if I'd use it for self-defense or not because of lack of penetration, but that's what we're going to find out, if these faster ones will penetrate more. So I brought a light. It's kind of hard to see through it, but hopefully we can see something. But regardless, I'm going to be cutting this slice after slice and folding it away like a loaf of bread to see which ones did what the further in they get, since it doesn't look like we'll be able to see through it that well. But hopefully I can see something with the flashlight, but I'm also going to dissect it as well. So I'm going to go from left to right in order here, in velocity, with the quiets, and then the subsonic, and then the mini mag, and then the fastest one on the end there that they're on that box calling segmented hollow point, even though it's like a stinger. So instead of going side by side, I'm going to try to zigzag it like that. So we'll do like 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Hopefully I can contain them all in the block. We might have some exit the side on the ones that are close to the edge, but we'll see what happens. And we'll have some slow motion in this too, and then like I said, we'll dissect it at the end. Alright, so the way the calibration works, if you've made it correctly, 10% mix for 10% ballistic gelatin, you'll use a BB gun with BBs, not pellets. Just a standard 177 cal BB, firing it at 590 to 600 feet a second, give or take 10 feet per second either way, and you will achieve a penetration depth between 2.9 and 3.75 inches. This is the best gun to use for that. It's a 760 Pump Master by Crosman, and it has that's with alloy. That's why it's given a higher rating. Let me see here. There you go. BB velocity up to 645. That's the highest velocity. So usually your average is going to come in a little lower than that, but you might see up to 645. So we got the chrono there, and we'll see what it does. I might have to do 9 pumps if velocity is too high, but it should be 10. It'll probably be a hair over 600. So hopefully we catch it on the chrono, and we'll see. want to get this read?
I actually didn't get the velocity here because I shot it about 1 second before the chrono was completely ready, so we'll end up doing this again here.
There we go. 620. Should be able to see those BBs there. Yeah. And we're coming in about 3 1/4. There's the other one down there. So, if not sure what 9 pumps would be, but there you go. We're at 620. 9 pumps would probably be just under 600 if I had to guess, because the first few pumps give you most of the velocity, and every pump after that only adds a little bit. So if we were at 9 pumps, it'd probably come in at about 3 inches. So we're pretty much in spec there. Alright, so I'm going to leave the chrono there and try to get a read off of each shot. I'm just basically going to squat down right here and shoot at it, so I don't know, about 3 yards back roughly, because I'm going to set the camera up here real close. So hopefully we can get some decent slow motion footage and up close shots, as opposed to recording back here where you can't see anything. So we'll take a shot with each. Like I said, order is slowest to fastest. We'll take a shot, come up and look at each one individually, and then after I've fired all 4, then I'll come up here and I'll dissect this in slices. So for me to get a decent shot from the camera here, I'm gonna have to show you the velocity after each shot, because you're not gonna be able to see it, because I'm gonna be right here and then I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Okay, so first shot's gonna be about right here, second one here, third, fourth, roughly in those locations. Velocity was 631 out of my Ruger 1022 here. Let's see, there's entry, of course. I also learned that using PAM spray causes those bubbles. Next time I'm just going to wipe it down with like olive oil. Should eliminate that. I think you can see those there. You get zoomed in here a little bit. So there's all 3 pieces. It's going to be more difficult to see the more center ones, but as I said, we'll dissect it when I'm finished here. Hey, you grab the tape measure? Can't see much from up here of all this crap. Oh, there's a little bit of shot of the entry there. Yeah, you can't really. I'm gonna go buy a more powerful flashlight, and like I said, if this crap wasn't on the block, you'd probably be able to see it better, but we'll dissect it. Go ahead. Alright, so we're about right at about 5 inches at the first one. Alright, so next up is the Subsonic segment. Alright, so that's interesting. I don't know if that's a false read or what. That was the Subsonic and it was barely faster. Should have been a lot faster than that. I'll probably take a couple of more over the chrono. I don't know what the heck's going on there. But I don't want to shoot up the block. Grab that light, you got it. So there's the entry, of course. See real well up here. That's the pieces there. And they went pretty much the same distance, because, so I believe that's an accurate read, because they went the same distance, so it didn't really go any faster, which is weird. When we're done, I'll probably try another one right next to that. So the next one's the mini mag, which is supposed to be 1200 some feet a second. Well, you can tell that had a lot more power. It made the block jump a little bit. And there's your velocity, 1166. See what we can see up here. See real well here. There's some, probably too zoomed in here. Sorry about the shitty camera work. Some pieces down there. There we go. That's split almost to the edge there. That one went 6 inches basically.
About 6.5.
See if I can see more from the side here. Around 6 inches. At least for one of them. So we did get more penetration. Now remember, the next one, it's supposed to be 1600 feet a second, but it's only a 32 grain segmented bullet instead of 40. So even though it's going so much faster, each piece is going to be lighter weight, so it may not penetrate any further, but we're about to find out. Okay, 1524 on that one. Oh, I can see a lot more. Holy crap, look at that. That one, due to the superior velocity. Shit. I don't know what's going on with my phone here. Hang on. It's hitting the wrong stuff. Just insane wound channel compared to the rest. And then about the same. That one almost. Oh, I can feel the bump.
Didn't go as far.
Yeah, go ahead and measure those. You press in on the block a little bit. That one's just shy of 5 inches. What I can see from the side here. I don't know which pieces of those are the new one. Maybe that, I don't know. That top one was definitely from it, just shy of 5 inches. So at that velocity, that one does a massive initial damage there. So all of those penetrate 4 to 6 inches. So I'm gonna dissect this here, but then I'm gonna fold them back up. And I wanna take one more with that Subsonic one that was supposed to be around 1,000 up here, because I think that one was a dud. So I want to redo that one once, but without skewing the results here. I want to cut it like slices of bread first. We'll check it out inch by inch, and then I'll fold it back up because I'm saving the backside for something else. And then we'll try one more with that one that seemingly failed. I meant to bring my machete. This one made it a lot easier, but here's the first layer, about inch up here, inch and a quarter, inch and a half down here, whatever. So again, that's going to be your quiet Subsonic mini mag, and the one they just call segmented hollow point that used to be called quick shot. So you can see a massive difference there with that one. Ooh, that's a nice shot. Okay, so take another layer and we'll just keep going until we're at the back. Alright, so here's the second inch, inch and a half. That one definitely started to get bigger there. There's the BBs. A couple little fragments here, but most of them are just a little bit past. I might be able to cut in between them there. So right in there's the BBs. Gives you an idea of distance on there if you paid attention in the beginning. So there's a piece from the quiet. There's a piece from the fastest one there. There's a whole bunch of them there. And it looks like we got, well, I cut one more layer and there'll be one piece just a little further back. Here's the next slice of bread. But I think we got just a couple pieces in there left. Those were the last few, it looks like. I guess I'll go ahead and slice that. Alright, so there's actually a few more in here. You got one there and one there. So I'm not sure. That's definitely from the mini mag one here, I believe. Yeah. And I'm not sure if that was also from the mini mag or if that was from the highest velocity one. And then there's still one more right there that I do believe is from the mini mag. You gotta remember, when these hit, they spread out, so they don't just break into piece, they break out like a reverse cone shape, or cone shape, depending on how you look at it. So it does look like, for the most penetration, to use the mini mag. However, I can guarantee you that that fastest one is going to have way more explosive damage, at least up close. Alright, so like I said, I want to give that Subsonic one more chance. I think that first one was definitely a dud. So we'll try another one, see if we can get a more appropriate velocity out of it. So I'm just going to hit it right about here, over top of that first one. So we should be able to see it out here. So here's what it looks like now. So hopefully you can recognize the new pieces to see if I do get an appropriate velocity, if it travels any further. I'm thinking it should go a little further like the mini mag did, just maybe not quite as far as the mini mag. Subsonic. Ready?
Yep.
You got that light?
Nope.
Oh, it's up there. I left my stuff up there to shoot at. So there's the entry, just a little bit above that first one there. And let's see if I can. It looks like it put some right here with the others. I believe there's some new ones in there, so. Oh, did we get the velocity?
Yep.
Completely forgot to check. Okay, there you go. Actually a little higher than advertised. So yeah, that one that only did 700 or whatever, that was definitely a dud. If you want to know how I feel about CCI ammo, go watch my TX22 review. But be warned, a lot of curse words. But I still got a bunch of stock of CCI left, so we're just trying to use it up. But once I'm out, I'm not using it anymore. Not after the way they treated me. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this first ever ballistics gel video. Definitely going to have a lot more coming up. I have all kinds of things planned. I mean, I'm going to hit this stuff with everything. And I forgot to say in the beginning, this is about a 14-inch block, if you're wondering. 13 some, not quite 14 inches. So anyways, I'm going to be testing a lot of stuff out of 9mm, 40, 45, you know, defensive rounds and such. Hit these with some deer slugs, my 450 Bushmaster, 44 mag, just basically everything. I got all kinds of ballistics gel videos coming up. So if you don't want to miss any of that or any other content, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. You'll be notified when I post. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.